If block pushing is the quintessential team event, and this one comes in a close second. Hello everybody and welcome then to the VALVIK Marble League with Event 7, the Long Jump. My name is always Frankie and we're back in the main season, ready to end off the second to last event of the first half. But in the VALVIK Marble League, it is still the Bubblegum Ballers in the lead. Team Virtuoso and the Sailors and the Cardinals though are closing in on them. And with 9 events to go, anything can still happen. Let's move right along then to the long jump event. And we're starting off with the Golfbirds reverse championship order. So the Golfbirds are starting in first. The objective is very simple. When you reach the spinner at the bottom there, you and your whole team have to go as far into the right side as possible. The more right you go when you land, you will be scored. So in the case of the Golfbirds, they do have one that landed just above the 20, 2 that are in the 10 area, and 1 that's below the 5. And the scores are tallied up, and then it will go head to head. It's a 43.75 for the Golfbirds, but they have to wait now for 15 more runs as we move on to the Sky Scouts. Another team that's been struggling a little bit this season after their 3rd place finish. I don't think it's going to be a good run for the Sky Scouts. They have 3 that are in the 10 to 15 area, but that is not going to be enough because we've seen from previous runnings of this event how big the scores can get, with some marbles even making it past the 30, some even landing in the 35. Right there. It's going to be a 43. That puts them in 2nd. Let's move on to the Shot Current. And they're off. A lot of different strategies are implemented by these teams here regarding on how they reach the spinner. They have 1 marble that's above the 20, but 3 that are in the 10 area, crucially. So even if you have one particular athlete that's getting a good score, you need to have all 4 of your marbles in a good position so that at the end of the day you get a good score. It will be a 48.25 for the Shot Current. They're in first, for now at least. But we know it's not a decent run compared to what we've seen from the previous events. Let's see what the Royal Jesters can do. And that's a very clear example. That's a much better run there for the Royal Jesters. They have 1 in the 25, 1 in the 20, and 2 that are in the 5 to 10 area. But I think that's already going to be a better run than what we've seen so far. It should be mentioned then, in this type of event, the scoring is counted when all 4 marbles reach the water. So if you're waiting for a teammate to land, you can still have a little bit of wiggle room to move a little bit to the right. It's incremental increases, but it could still help out. But let's see what Team Echo can do. And Renew with a very strong start there. Let's see how they manage. And look at that, they have 1 in the 35. Team Echo, not a bad run. That's Recycle over there on the far right. Took a very large jump there. Helped out by their teammates as well. I believe they were last in the starting order. Let's take a look at the replay again. And yeah, look at that. They were helped out by Captain Bio, who landed in the 10 area. We also have Habitat in the 5. But that is going to be an easy lead there for Team Echo. Remember, silver medalists in last season's long jump. But let's see what the Atomics can do. Rolling down now. Getting to the spinner now. And that's going to be a poor run from the Atomics. Disaster for a team that's sitting well below in the standings. They already have 2 16th place finishes. And I don't think this is going to help them out all that much in their championship battle. Because they have all 5 of their marbles just above the 5. All 4 of their marbles, I should say. And look at it. It's a 24.5, 6th out of 6. But let's see what the Bosses can do here. We're in run 7. Rolling down now. They have 2 on each side. 2 detached from the others. And they went higher than they did longer. So I'm not expecting this to be a very good run. Look at Yin. They're all the way back in the 1. They did land somewhere in the 2, but they were moved a little bit back by the waves of the water. This is why we're counting the scores as the marbles land and not when they're all settled, because the currents of the waves will push them around. But like we get to the final round of the first half with the Sushi Squad, similar strategy to what they did as the Balls of Zen. but it's much better execution there. As look at that, they have 1 in the 20, 2 in the 15, 1 in the 5. That's a very good run then from the Sushi Squad. I don't think they're gonna beat Team Echo, but they can at least beat the Royal Jesters, maybe, or the Sky Scouts and the Golfbirds, who are also in that area. We have to check the results though. And it's third with a 53.25. But meanwhile then, it's still Team Echo in first, Royal Jesters in second, with the Sushi Squad and Shot Koran. Balls and Golfbirds, Sky Scouts, and Atomics in the bottom 4 right now. Of course, we still have 8 more runs to go as we get into now run 9 with the Scorpuriers, who currently sit in 8th. Rolling down now, pretty closely all together here. Salamander just a little bit ahead, but that is a very good run indeed. Look at that, 2 in the 20, 2 in the 22 and 23, one that's above the 30. That's going to be a very decent run from the Scorpuriers, who come in with not a very good track record of this particular event. But that was very well executed. We have to wait for the results now, but I think it's going to be a very good run. And in fact, it's a new record! 81.5! They smashed the previous record of the cue balls, and they're now in the lead with a very nice margin over Team Echo. That's going to be a very tough score to beat. Let's see what the Peculiar Peaks can do here. But this changes everything now. Because now the marbles, now these teams have a much bigger target to beat. For the Peculiar Peaks, it's not going to be a record-breaking run, but it's not a bad one in its own right. They have one that landed in the 25. That's Captain Ascent. Matterhorn, or is that Himalaya? No, that is in fact Summit. Lands in the 20. Himalaya and Matterhorn in the 10 and in the 5. It's going to be a 59.5. They are in 4th. They're not going to bother the top 3, but it's still a decent run. The Peculiar Peaks do need some good scores here as we get to the Violet Vermin, the most recent gold medalist in block pushing, of course. Let's see if they can manage some magic here, and it doesn't look like it. Ugh. They have all 4 of their marbles in the 5 to 10 area. That is going to be a poor attempt from the Violet Vermin. And it's the highest marble is in fact Captain Hazard, who just manages to get over 10, but we have to check the results now. And they're in 10th out of 11 with a 31.75. That's not going to be a good score. Alright, let's go Neons now. We're getting into the top 5 now. Now look at how colorful these marbles are here. What can you do? Red Neon with a good jump there. But they have 3 marbles that are in the 5. Green, blue, and yellow. All in that 5 area. That's going to hurt them a lot. But Red Neon then with a good jump. I think that might save this team from being further in the bottom 8. But I don't think it's going to help them all that much. And look at that, they're in 8th. So get into the Carbons now, who have a mixed track record in this particular event. They finished 4th in the last season. And they have a decent one here. Graphite goes above the 25. Look at 3 marbles there in the 10 area. Charcoal, Anthracite, and Fullerene. And look at Anthracite actually messed up they did misjudge the rotation of the spinner there to land in the 10. And I think that affected the momentum of their teammates as well. They're in 6th with a 50.5. So getting into the last 3 runs here of the day, we have the Sailors. Look at Starboard, a very quick start here, but it's not going to be a good run. Swabby there with the highest individual score of somewhere over a 20. Port right behind as well. Anchor, not a good score either. Anchor was just launched downwards by the spiral there, you saw. They're going to be below the 5. That's not going to be a good score for the Sailors. And look at that, it's not. It's only 12th with a 40.5. That does guarantee a medal for the Scorpuriers. Let's see if Team Virtuoso can do something about it here. They're known for upsetting the standings, this Team Virtuoso. But it's not going to be a good run then. Their highest member, Sonata, just in that 14 to 15 area. That is not going to upset any of the top 8, the current top 8. A little bit of a messy run then from Team Virtuoso. But it is going to be 13th as we move into the final run with the Mulligan Bowlers. They need to break the record if they want to win. Otherwise, the Scorpuriers will end a very long goal streak here. Let's see if the Bowlers can do it here. Going into the spinner. And I don't think it's going to happen. And the Scorperiors, I think, have done it. The fans are cheering. We have to wait for the official results, though. But for the Bubblegum Ballers, it was not a very good run. They went higher than they went longer. Their highest member, Swirl, over a 20. Their captain, Bubble, as well in that area. And it's a 46.5. They're only in 9th. The Scorperiors have done it. Look at that. They're gold medalists. Once again, they break a very long drought of, I don't know, 20 plus 20 events. Team Echo and the Royal Jesters come in 2nd and 3rd. Congratulations to our podium finishers, Royal Jesters, Team Echo, and our gold medalists, the Scorperiors. Well done then to the Scorperiors for a fantastic performance here in the long jump. Congratulations also to Team Echo and the Royal Jesters. But let's have a look then at those overall standings. Bubblegum Ballers stay on the lead, but look at that. Scorperiors jump up 6 spots to get into 2nd. The Carbons take 3rd. Team Virtuoso drop to 4th. But that's it from us from the VALVIK Marble League. Coming up next, we end off the first half with Event 8, the Rally Course. We hope to see you there. Goodbye.